Racing, Dolly Peg, just a fair break. Nitro Lewis goes straight to the lead and hard to stop from there. Inazuma comes after it. Then Dolly Peg through on the inside, recovers now. Lost in light around the outside of Starla. Further back to MBD. You know Allegro's too far back. And Cosmic Pearl is last. Nitro Lewis on the quarter. Inazuma trying hard. Further back to Dolly Peg. Nitro Lewis in comfortably from Inazuma. Dolly Peg third and Lost in light fourth. Starla next to go by. Then MBD. You know Allegro and Cosmic Pearl. Racing, Corborn Flow, just a fair break and shake him up a stride slow. Thunder Time gets out quickly. Corborn Flow blows on by, off for another win. Cosmic Choice runs to second, then Thunder Time, all the milk. Speedy Feet back along the inside. Further back then to Miss Sarah. Round the outside of that, Power Gift and Shake 'em Up's last. Then Corborn Flow's off for 5 in a row. Cosmic Choice second, all the milk just third. From Thunder Time close up with Speedy Feet. Back and behind those runners to Shake 'em Up. Never a winning chance, the last pair, Power Gift and Miss Sarah. Racing, Not Bad, just a fair break. Another pizza blows the lids, goes straight to the lead from Stiff Drink, and Not Bad hunts through on the inside. Another drink back behind these runners. They'll be followed then. Getting into trouble would have been Jill Sprite. These others are no chance. We've got Flash a long way back with Homebush Verona as they come up towards the corner. And in front is Stiff Drink looping them. Is it going to be tonight? It is. Stiff Drink from Not Bad. Then another drink through on the inside of another pizza who folded up again. Further back to Flash and the last pair, Jill Sprite, Sheldon Baxter. Stiff Drink. They're now racing. She jumps tonight. Corborn Queen. She accelerates straight across to the lead. Rebel City trying to go with it with Flying Trance. Matilda's Babe zipping Tay around the outside. Finding the rail was Chokti Ellis can get some of this, and further back in the race then to Corborn Banksy, and Visionary Man's a long way off them. Corborn Queen into the straight. Rebel City coming after it and zipping Tay. Corborn Queen's in. From Rebel City, zipping Tay, Chokti Ellis, then Matilda's Babe, Flying Trance. Further back then to Corborn Banksy, and Visionary Man never hit out at all. Racing, Tina's Dilemma, a fair sort of a break, trying to work to the lead, but going hard the inside was Sarah's Domain, and driving to the lead. Hero Power Jen finds the lead tonight. Tina's Dilemma on her tail. Running into third would have been I'm a Catch. They'd be followed then El Pinador trying to get around the outside of Thrilling Ava. Further back in the race, Roots Raider and Sarah's Domain's now tailed off. Power Jen in front. Tina's Dilemma stalks her. Further back in the race then to I'm a Catch. Around the outside comes El Pinador, in between runners two to Thrilling Ava. Driving to the lead was Tina's Dilemma will score. Dashing to second, Thrilling Ava, El Pinador third. Then we had Roots Raider. And they'd be followed back and behind those runners by I'm a Catch, and Opawa Jen dropped out of it, and Sarah's Domain was never happy again. Racing, Mr. Darcy just a fair break the inside. Cassim gets a nice roll on with here, nice and early, and up to was Opawa Token, and on the level crosses and gets underneath this leader Cassim. On the level goes to the lead from Cassim. That's King, gets to third. They'll be followed back in the race by Buster Boy. Next one around is Alamein Jar. Then we've got out wide Mr. Darcy. On the inside of that to Opawa Token's been shuffled, and here, got checked at the first bend. On the level, the one to catch, Cassim trying hard. In behind them to That's King. Further back in the race then to Buster Boy. Down they come on the level, sees it through. Cassim just second, I think, from That's King. They'd be followed by Buster Boy, fourth then Mr. Darcy. Here, got going again late. Further back in the race to Alamein Jar, Opawa Token. And racing, Lady Champy hunts out very quickly. Going out quickly, there would have been Night Pearl the outside, and Sassy Road comes across in third, and really clever hunts the inside, then Ritza Danny fifth. They'll be followed back in the piece then by Andrea trying to drive through the inside. Further back in the race then we would have Night Pearl, who's got back now. It's Blitzing Mayhem that's gone forward, and Speedy Kazza right back to last. Blitzing Mayhem has reached the lead here. Trying hard as Lady Champy. Sassy Road the inside, further back to Ritza Danny, and behind them then to Night Pearl. Blitzing Mayhem in front, trying hard Lady Champy. Blitzing Mayhem, Lady Champy. It's a Steve Clark Quinella. Third across was Sassy Road then, Ritza Daddy and Night Pearl making up some ground. Further back in the race then we would have had Andrea really clever, and Speedy Kazza was last. Racing, Renee Ranger hops out nicely the inside. What's Up G gets into its work quickly too with Barry's Way and Punch on Jamie handy to that first bend. Renee Ranger drifts around that first bend. He goes right back through the field. He's gone right back to last. And in the meantime, What's Up G gets to the lead by 3 lengths from Barry's Way. Way Too Crude gets right into the action now. Big Time Jet beside that. Further back in the race then we've got Wallace Ladd, Punch on Jamie. Just going ahead of that runner would have been Corborn War, and forget about Renee Ranger. Up they come. Way Too Crude. He just screams on by and scores from What's Up G. Big Time Jet probably knocked Barry's Way off for third. They'd be followed then by Wallace Ladd. Back in the race was Corborn War, and Renee Rangers finished a good way from them at the back of the field with Wallace Ladd. Racing, good even break with Exponential Lily showing out early, and Super Rooster going hard early too. Big Jamesy getting into the action with Cosmic Fury. Run Lacey Run's got back today. Homebush Crash getting a lovely run through on the inside. Armed Forces is a long way from them, and back there too was 8 Pizza. Up do they come, and a Exponential Lily screaming along in front from Homebush Crash. Exponential Lily, Homebush Crash, Cosmic Fury, Big Jamesy. Then Run Lacey Run wasn't a winning chance tonight, and further back then 8 Pizza, Super Rooster dropped out, and Armed Forces. Racing, Blue and Curly and Cold Turkey, they bolt out very quickly, and Stay Young gets into its work early too with Croissant wider on the track. Check the Mail hunts the inside. Oh, one's gone down the first bend. It's Knuckle Bump. It picks itself up. It goes the right way. Also back in the piece was Space Race. Croissant in a bit of trouble there with Red Crystal not in it tonight. Down the back goes Blue and Curly in front, giving chases Cold Turkey. Check the Mail starting to run on. Further back then to Stay Young. The others a few links off them as they swing in. Blue and Curly. Check the Mail trying hard the outside. outside is Cold Turkey. Oh, Cold Turkey or Check the Mail, blue and curly between them. I'll leave that to Jack the Judge. Stay Young was next in, then Croissant. Red Crystal back behind those runners. Good way back to Space Race and the Fallen Knuckle Bump. What a finish. Racing, Sweet Lies, can't see her, and getting out quickly there would have been no Power Sister to bound to the lead, and going hard out after her would have been Vicky's Quest. Gaps back in the field then. We've got Corborn Burners followed around by Agent Jorge. Sweet Lies is a long way back, and back with him was Corborn Bully and Go Fern Go. Up comes Power Sister in front of Vicky's Quest. The Power Sister 3/4 of a length on Vicky's Quest. Third to go by there was Corborn Burn, then Agent Jorge, Corborn Bully. Further back then to Go Fern Go and Sweet Lies. Racing, Need to Chili's last out. Swap Hand shows out nice and early, and Waterbug is going with that. Up and around the outside to Sir Richie. Sir Richie bolts to the lead here. Coming out after it quickly was Mighty Explosive. They'd be followed by Need to Chill, who's starting to recover, getting around Bolt Rama. Further back in the race to Arusa. Sir Richie blows on by and scores well here from Mighty Explosive. Bolt Rama held third off Need to Chill. They'd be followed next by Arusa. Further back in the race then we would have had Waterbug, who got checked. Princely not an ever in the call, and Swap An was handy early but squeezed up at the first bend.